Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. Welcome. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have additions to the agenda? No, doesn't appear to be. Send our condolences to Jeff on the death of his mom, who was a public servant to this town for more years than I can think of. And she was missed greatly. Open public comment? Seeing none, town admin report.
Okay. The local hazard mitigation plan public meeting was held last Wednesday from 5 to 7, which was the full length of the meeting. It was very productive. There will be an update meeting held November 6th from 4:30 to 7 p.m. I've been working with department heads on budgets. The municipal dumpsters have been added to the budgets. And just so that you're aware, we had a large increase, a double-digit increase in the health insurance premiums, 18%. And that will be affecting the fiscal year 25-26 budgets. I'll be starting working on the annual report and would be happy to include any pictures that anyone would like to email. So just put that out here, and that's all I have.
Thank you. So, minute approval, October 1st.
I move that we approve the minutes of the regular select board meeting on Tuesday, October 1st, as written.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor, Jeff? Brandon?
Aye.
Jeff? Jim?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Warrant.
All right. I move that we approve payment of the following warrant. 8T accounts payable, $68,391.75. 40S payroll, $10,514.54. 41S payroll, $10,742.77.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor, Jeff?
Aye.
Brandon?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. New business, BDCC update and appropriation request. I presume that's you, sir.
It is, hello.
Aye.
Shall I sit here?
That's
Is there a
fine.
better place? Okay. Yes, hi, thank you. My name is Adam Gnold. I'm the Executive Director of the Brattleboro Development Credit Corporation. We are an affiliate entity of VIII, so VIII has no staff and instead contracts with BDCC to help implement its mission. So I'm here on behalf of VIII. We've submitted a letter earlier this summer to folks. Hopefully you've all received that letter. I'm here to speak to that request and answer any questions. I have some information if I can hand that out as well. So this is our annual report. It's a bit of a special one for us. It's our 70th anniversary this year. It's been a lot of fun going back and learning more about the history of the organization, the work we've done in the region over those 70 years. Where VIII has come in 2011 and really helped change the organization from a very traditional economic development sort of smokestack chasing organization that really focused on buildings and helping do that. VII's created more awareness about the challenges in the region, a pending demographic change. So in 2011 really started warning everyone, hey, we're gonna have some challenges with aging and shrinking population. So through that process helped create the CEDS, which is a comprehensive economic development strategy, which is a federal EDA process. And through that process, we identified really a bunch of strategies to help try to retain youth, how to lower the median age, how to increase wages, And that focus over these past 12 years or so has really enabled the region to outperform other parts of the state as a result. And a lot of the work that we do is, an example of this would be, all right, we want to retain youth. What do? You can't just say it. So we create a career pathway program in all 4 Wyndham County high schools. So that works with every single student that comes through that program. Last week we held, or 2 weeks ago, we held the reality fair. All 4 Wyndham County high schools participated, hundreds of students, 85 volunteers make their way through this whole program where they walk in, they're handed a piece of paper, has a Wyndham County job on it with the wages you earn in Wyndham County, and they have to make their way around to all the different tables. They have to procure a rental apartment or a house. They have to pay for their car. They have to figure out, oh, my muffler fell off. What do I do now? Cell phone. You get the idea. Make their way all the way around the room, and the idea is to complete that with $1 left. Then they go upstairs. They learn how to change a tire. It's called adulting. You know, tie a tie, look someone in the eyes, you shake their hand. A whole bunch of different things, all really driven with volunteers who are there for the whole day. And I think this year we had 85 volunteers. So it was a great event. Students really respond well to it. And, the adults leave more charged than the students, just they're so excited to have been participating in that. So it's programs like that that go from we need to retain our youth as an objective to how do you create a strategy and tactic to implement. I'll pause there.
That's great. Board, do you have questions? Jeff?
So is this the first year you've had this program?
No, this is its 3rd year for that one.
So from the first year, have you, it's maybe too early to tell, but have you felt you've had some results in retaining local young people?
Yeah, we do what we hear anecdotally, and then from students the day of is that they didn't know there was this many jobs here. They didn't know that kind of job existed. They didn't know that I had to do these 3 things to maybe get that job. And it's all directional at that age. We're not saying, hey, employer, meet future employee, you're all set.
It sounds like, you're providing some, skills, just from the standpoint of showing somebody how to tie a tie. I mean, obviously there's many jobs that don't require the tie, but, some of those adulting skills, because my concern over the years has been, I hate to say it, but it seems like Vermont's greatest export is this educated youth.
Yeah, and what we find a lot of is that students express interest in figuring out how to stay.
Yeah.
And many of these students are the ones who are not on the college track. So they are seeking some guidance. Everyone is at home, they've heard from their parents, probably turn away a bit from what mom and dad say. So when you walk in and you have other adults showing you, not telling you what to do, just showing you opportunity, kids seem to really react well to that.
Yeah, but at that age, mom and dad aren't experts.
Right.
A stranger might be considered, all right, I'll listen to him or her. But no, I think that sounds awesome. Like I said, if it, it's not, the college track isn't always the best path for every individual, and the technical skills, again, retaining people and not young people not feeling, well, the only opportunity is in some other state or location, and to automatically dismiss our area. And, as you mentioned, the median age gets older and older here, and I think Wyndham County, it has one of the highest average ages almost anywhere.
We've done
Outside
really well.
Florida.
Yeah, you're accurate on that, but we've bent the curve a little. We were headed in a direction that in the last 10 years we've actually started to reverse that a bit.
So is there any statistics that the percentage of residents on a fixed income is decreasing in our county? Because I know at one time it was possibly there's a higher percent of people in Wyndham County on a fixed income, whether it was social programs or older programs.
Yeah, we do have a lot of our earnings that come through transfer payments, which can be government payments for those who are not able to work, either in the beginning of their career or retirement,
At the end.
or Social Security retirement. So we do still have a large portion of that. We don't really focus a lot on that group of individuals. Instead, really trying to rise up. We have to raise the median wage to be able to afford all the things that just have a cost that none of us can control.
Right.
The only way we can impact that is by raising those wages so that people can afford.
Well, if the cost of living is not going to decrease.
Right.
I mean, and there are other parts of the country where the cost of living is definitely lower than here. So yeah, the only way is to try to bring more opportunities and more financial opportunities to here, and not expect we're going to be able to decrease our living expenses.
Right.
Very good.
Good.
Jim?
We're working on a local hazard mitigation plan, and one of the things that Wyndham Regional looked up was statistics specifically on the area of Vernon, and they talked about retention, about people staying here. They had numbers on how many people are in what you might call temporary housing, renting, leasing, as opposed to owning their house here in Vernon. And I was really surprised. It looks like we're heading, we've slightly passed the downhill portion of the curve, and we're easing on up. There were some pretty good numbers in that. We're going to have another plan in November, another session with the local hazard mitigation plan. I'll grab you some of the numbers that we had there. I think you'll be impressed by them. But they got numbers from your people, from BDCC, and they got numbers from the state, and they were pretty interesting on in some areas. I thought there'd be more retired people here, and that the numbers didn't agree with my thought process on that. I thought we'd be a increasing aging community, and we're decreasing actually. So there's some pretty good stats, and these guys and Wyndham Regional contributed to that stuff.
Jim?
Well said, thanks. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, and if I could, just on the document I just handed out, and for the folks at home, brattleborodevelopment.com, on our homepage, if you scroll down a bit, there's a dashboard of data, and you click into that, it's incredible. It's all fed by live feed data, so it doesn't get stale, and it really paints a picture. You need to spend some time to really dive into all of that, but if you're interested in that kind of stuff, there's a lot of information about the region, the demographics, what kind of employment people have, where they're earning their funds, where the most money is coming into the county. Really, really interesting data.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Thank you for having me tonight, and thank you for your past support. We really appreciate it, and happy to answer any other questions tonight or in the future. You know how to reach us.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay, wheelchair lift quotes. Sure, you're up.
Always good to see you. Nobody has much to lose to people.
So we have two quotes from two companies that were local. One from Weber Elevators in the amount of $33,000 and change is more in alignment with what we currently have and replacing it in kind. And that is the quote that I tend to lean towards. The second quote was from a gentleman who comes to inspect our wheelchair lift, and it's a bit more, and it actually looks more like a glass elevator. I don't know I'm not in favor of that design, however, it is not my choice. It is up to the board, and it is a higher price. So that is all that I could get locally. It's very difficult getting people to commit to the contractors to come and install and haul up the old one. We do currently have 10,000 in the capital plan. I also did include this in the municipal energy resilience plan application for the grant, which we will hear on the 21st, next Monday, as it is an ADA accessible item, and we're required to be ADA accessible, and so that is a high priority as well.
And these both need that.
I added the 33,000 because I knew that we also have money in the capital plan if we needed to come up with a difference, worst case scenario.
Is that ADA requirement for, because we're a polling place, or just because it's a town hall?
Because it's a town hall and people need to have access
Yep.
to meeting spaces as well as polling places.
Yep.
And I was told recently, actually the last two times, especially this last time when it was inspected, I think it was in February, March, that this wheelchair lift isn't gonna make it much longer. It's barely squeaking by, so to speak.
Board, what is your pleasure? You're looking at 33,300 or 49,600?
I was looking at the picture of the one for 49,000. I think there's a bit of overkill. Did you guys see that?
I know, because we're going one level.
I know.
mean, if you had multiple levels, you would definitely want it closed in, but it's open now, so.
Yeah.
Seems like that is not necessary, so.
Jean?
Madam Chair, I move that we use nationwide lifts, is it right?
So,
To replace our wheelchair lifts in the town office building.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Do we have further discussion? All those in favor, Jeff?
Aye.
Randy?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
I'm an aye. And can we have Shelley sign for the town?
Do you want
how
to
will that
motion
be,
for that?
I was gonna say, how will that be funded?
Or how
Is it
it?
Well-
gonna be contingent on the grant?
That's the thing, I was gonna say, do we need to decide the funding after we hear from the grant?
Right.
Okay.
Because then
Okay.
we'll
Yep. Bring it up at the next meeting.
know where to bring it all together.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, is there a cutoff date when we have to have that thing replaced?
The sooner the better. I don't know that it's gonna make it through the next inspection, which is February, but
Yeah.
it is what it is if we can't replace it.
I mean, this is where you're gonna hear so soon.
We still have ARPA funding as well, worst case.
Okay. Highway Road Road Monitoring Station, thermal weed killer.
Okay, so David Walker will not be joining us tonight.
Just
So,
table that till we can. As you throw bags. Just think we don't have this much longer.
I have a question. Do you think it would be unreasonable to sit those two pallets out in the parking lot and put a sign on them that says 30 bags? I don't think we can sell them. I don't think we can recoup whatever we've already spent on them.
You're not gonna get that buy. People feel like they've already bought them once.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're not gonna buy them.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I didn't think we could,
That's
yeah.
what I think.
I would love to know, because I've got boxes I need to get out of the library.
Oh, why
Need a home for them.
don't you put them down on the bottom of the stairs? You vote, you get a bag, roll of bags.
Door prize. You get a roll.
And
Yeah,
One
instead
roll
of,
per customer.
instead of I voted sticker here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can always use trash bags.
Right.
Yeah.
They're just so flimsy though, they're not
me
very
too.
good trash bags.
Need two of them
It's why, I mean, everybody complained about those bags, but now they want them. So, it's interesting. So what are we gonna do with them?
Okay, board, what are we going to do with them?
Can I make a motion and we just give them away
You can make
to
those.
whoever wants?
to. We got limits, I mean, like.
Do we have to go into detail? Put them in out the pallets in the parking lot with a for sale sign, for free sign on them?
How many do we have left?
2 pallets worth.
How many bags is that roughly?
Got me by the leg there.
There's 50 bags in a box.
Yeah.
I don't know how many boxes there are.
Probably most.
50,
How many boxes did you
55
say?
roll
I don't get
bags,
yes.
you know.
It's a lot of bags.
Oh, yeah.
6 per level, 2 levels deep, 3 levels deep, would you say?
Can we use some here?
Tim, you need some
We
bags?
could. We could, we never run out.
That's good.
Madam Chairman, I was thinking of wearing one as a Halloween costume.
Okay.
Stitch something together and make a dress out of them.
We kind of need a series.
You get a nice logo on
They do. Quite sporty. If you're gonna dress.
What do you think, folks?
it. So the argument is you don't want to antagonize anybody by charging for them, even some nominal fee. Of course, then you'd have to keep track of
Yeah.
payment, and that would probably be more of a hassle than that would be worth it. I don't know. I don't know. It seems like, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of giving some away.
Want to see if David wanted some down at the town garage.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would give municipal departments first crack at them before throwing them all out in the parking lot. I don't know.
That sounds like a motion to me.
Or directive to Shelley just to see the departments
I'll
first.
email everybody and see if they wanna.
Good idea.
Some.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, how are we gonna say that they're available to people?
After the departments.
Oh, there's still people. They'll
I still think I'll just hand them out at the election. 'Cause that's not
They
bribery.
can come to the town office building and take some from the lobby. No more staffing time. We can just keep putting boxes out there. Does that
In
work?
bag, please.
Yeah. Should we be able to say they're available for free in the lobby?
Sounds good.
We'll have to just keep putting boxes out there.
That's fine.
Is that okay?
There.
Yeah.
Every box that goes out is one that you're not gonna have to trip over.
This is true.
And no money to count. Yay.
Right. Okay,
All right.
so that ends our regular session. Now we go into budgets. Mr. Town Clerk, you are up first.
Good evening, Madam Chairman. My budget proposal reflects a 3% line item increase on the salary lines, plus the money grab on health insurance, which is more than any of us want to see, but I think depending upon the board's pleasure, we may be stuck with that. Everything else in my budget is level funded. As you may or may not know, I am planning to not run again when my term ends in March. And my assistant Heidi is planning on running.
Wonderful.
So I don't see any major changes in priorities there, but I'm thinking that any savings in salary should go to training.
Okay.
Tim, do you feel when you leave and if she's the one that's elected, are we gonna get another assistant?
According to state law, we do need to have an assistant. And I would assume that as it was mine, that would be her prerogative, and we need to put together a plan in doing that. I will be available to handle some short-term issues, but my plan is not to be in the office every day.
So is she budgeted for that?
What's that?
You budgeted for that?
Between things that will change in the line items, I am sure there'll be enough budget money to go around. Because as you may have found, I have gone up several steps since I first took this position in 2016.
Questions? Jeff? Linda?
No.
Do you
Other
wanna
than,
look
where
on
did you get that?
They're on top of our mailboxes.
Oh,
Do you want to look
I'll review it, because we're gonna review it
Okay,
again.
yeah, Okay, any questions? Jim?
The only thing I might add, Madam Chairman, is that when it comes to capital for my department, I'm still reviewing the possible costs of any changes we may need to make to our land record system to come into compliance with the upgrade in state law. And depending upon available funding, both that and/or a re-racking of one or both vaults may be a priority, because I want to make sure that I leave the place better than what I found it.
And, Jean, did you have something?
Just kind of an interesting thing. You have to pay the state to do marriage licenses? Is that?
Yes,
Ah.
every marriage license that we sell, which is $80 apiece, the state of Vermont gets 65, and the money goes to domestic violence
Oh.
prevention. As you might have guessed, we are in a boom period on marriage licenses. In fact, we had one poor couple almost knock me down when I came in the office this morning at 7.
Oh my goodness, another one.
They were going to go up north in Vermont to get married, but at least we were able to sell the license. We're the first stop on the marriage highway where there's no waiting period in the state. So whatever we can do to maximize the effect of that, I think that both myself and going forward, that ought to be a major priority.
Sounds like just like Las Vegas, huh?
He should have a little Whitechapel,
We
he
have to
really
change
should.
our town
We just,
motto.
we just need a picture of Elvin and Velvis to make it all.
So you need an Elvis impersonator to do the ceremony.
I do a good Elvis, Jeff.
Okay, I believe it.
Suit.
It happens in Vernon.
You're welcome. Please have a great night.
Thank you, you
Have a
too.
great night.
Okay.
Okay, planning commission, which would be where? Number 6.
Kind of expensive to get married nowadays.
It is,
Right from the beginning.
and only stays that way. Looks like that's level funded.
It is.
Any questions for our planning commission?
Oh, good job.
Okay.
What do you say? We do want more money.
Are you sure that's enough?
We're gonna try to make do.
You need a pay increase.
Building and grounds,
So I don't have anything.
I don't either.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was putting the binders together right after the meeting.
Okay, we'll table that one.
Okay. I'm
And
sorry.
select board,
Did I do
number
it?
4.
Yeah,
Did
I do have
Is that
select board.
Did I put it in one place maybe?
Well, I looked around other,
Okay.
I didn't notice
All right.
in the vicinity.
No worries.
Did we get a raise? I didn't see that.
No, we didn't.
I was gonna suggest that actually, since I'm not gonna be back. That would be
You said
safer.
that before.
He's willing to be the bad
Well,
guy.
all right, I will not run again.
It's
It
been like
didn't
that for
stop
a
you
long
last
time. We'll get you one way or another.
You know where I live.
Yep, I sure do.
I had a question on the legal services
Yes,
because the actuals $46.31 and like we have a isn't the contract out of that?
yes, and I haven't asked Cindy that because every time I think of it, which I only realized this after the meeting on Wednesday night, as I was putting together the binders, I'm looking at the figure, I'm like, that can't be right. I do hardly ever call him.
Yeah, but we have to pay him so much a month anyway.
We pay $600 a month.
Yes,
Yeah.
it has to be more
whether
than
we use
that.
them or not. So that's like $7,200 for the year, which you can see like 22, 23, we use $74.40, which seems like his contract and a little more.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went down to $46.
Yeah, that
We're
has to
really
be-
good, aren't we?
I really like the looks of it, but I don't think
It
it's
has to be
right.
an error. Unless
Staying out of trouble.
unless he's doing it for free now.
Oh, no, I sign that every month.
I know, you do.
It's not free.
Actually.
Yes,
Yeah,
Is it in this one?
It'll be in the blue folder, because it's over 500 and that's alphabetical, so. It'll go down to Solomon. And Maelstrom.
Okay. 600 a month. And
So you can make
he's my last resort. I call on VLCT first. If I need to.
So, I mean, we probably should leave it where it is, but I just like that our actual is like, that needs to get changed before it goes in the town
Yes.
report.
Oh,
It's
yes.
not gonna be good.
No, I have to write to Cindy on that
It
one.
might get spotted.
Yeah.
So the only increases were pretty much pay increase, FICA, health insurance. Printing of the town report did go up slightly.
Mm.
I have 3 new quotes for that. I just got 2 of them today. A pension contribution, and I think the rest of it should be pretty much the same. Check on the legal. Actual. It's gonna be wrong.
Yeah, I hope the printing is enough. I know
It should
postage
be.
is gone.
I don't think that we send out too many though.
But doesn't that
We
include the
don't-
warrant? When the warrant gets sent out to
The
everybody?
postage for the town report is separate.
It's separate from the other?
That's just designated for the town report.
Okay.
So I was just gonna leave that as it is.
Is postage going up again?
It might be one center that Tim's really good too, as far as going in and getting stamps and whatnot ahead.
So
Stocking up.
where's the postage for the warning coming out?
I think that comes out of his budget.
Oh, okay.
This morning, so.
Maybe it comes out of his budget, if I remember correctly.
It's good hedge against inflation.
It says postage for ballots. And it's 300. And that,
Maybe it comes out of general.
I don't know,
I'll have to
EVUs.
ask him that.
Oh, maybe it is in general.
Ballots. Yeah,
Oh, there is a postage in general,
yeah, I was gonna say.
2,500, okay.
Because I think it's like all office supplies and expenses.
Yeah.
And you know what it is, he always, when we go to the post office, he always pays with his card. But it must get charged to the general
So
expense.
Yeah.
I get a question as to how does the town purchase postage? Like as needed or
when we know that it's gonna go up, Tim goes through
Right.
quite a few, and he will go and purchase the
It's a
forever
pretty good
stamps.
hedge against inflation. I was just thinking, instead of buying trash bags, we ought to buy extra forever stamps.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah, he's really good about getting
Okay.
forever stamps and stocking up.
Right.
Yeah. Considering.
Do we need an executive session on personnel to update the board or no?
I'm gonna leave that up to your discussion.
Yeah, I think you do.
Okay.
Personnel. And just say personnel, because
So you're picking medical, is that what you're saying?
It is.
Okay.
it's going to be executive session with the town administrator.
Madam Chair, I move that we enter executive session for the matter of personnel, and we include the town administrator.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Jeff?
Aye.
Brandon?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Jean?
Aye.
I'm an aye. We are in executive session at 7:06. We went into executive session at 7:06, came out at 7:15. No action was taken. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Jeff?
Aye.
Brandon?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Jean?
Aye.
I'm an aye. We are out of here.